Welcome everybody back to A Kiss Like Yours.
Wow, Valentine's Day is over now and you don't want to kiss me anymore? Jeez.
Every time I hit the button, that's the first thing you do is you want to kiss me.
You don't want to kiss me wrong before. With that?
How about we get going on the show, or you know what I mean? Like before the show we get pumped up and then we do like a little. Every single time I hit the button, you want to give me a kiss.
I get excited.
All right.
It's fine.
That's fine.
I don't want to kiss you anymore then.
I get embarrassed as all the folks are watching at home, you know?
Oh my goodness.
This is a family show.
Yeah.
Be making out
Not this week.
Making out on YouTube. They're going to flag us for indecent exposure.
Probably. Hey, then hopefully we'll get some more followers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. If this is your first episode, welcome. If this is your returning episode or are a follower of A Kiss Like Yours, welcome back as well. We are glad you are back. I want to start off the show again. I want to thank our sponsor, ProTaxAssociates.com. Head over to ProTaxAssociates.com to get your appointment today to do your taxes. They deal with finances and investments, all kinds of stuff. So they are offering 10% off your taxes this year for A Kiss Like Yours listeners. So head over there and mention A Kiss Like Yours, and also for servers.
Yes.
Free.
For servers, you'll get your taxes done.
If you're a server, you are free this year.
Yes. So head on over ProTaxAssociates.com.
Awesome. All right. I want to thank all you guys, one that voted for the Hot 50 over at podcastmagazine.com.
Yes.
Hot 50.
You guys, we're on the list.
We made the Hot 50.
We're at number 17.
Number 17, Hot 50 podcast on podcastmagazine.com. I want to thank you guys for that.
That's so awesome.
We talked about voting, right? We talked about voting, how impactful you have, how impact your vote is to not just us, but to anything, right?
Anything that you choose to do, where you choose to cast your vote, that's where you spend your money, that's where you spend your time. It all ties in. So thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you for voting for us. We would want to ask you to go back. If you did not vote for the Hot 50 yet, go over to podcastmagazine.com/Hot 50 and cast your vote for A Kiss Like Yours. If you did already vote, thank you. We would love to continue that if you can for us.
Because I think you get to vote every month.
Yeah, they vote every month, and I know Rogan was up there number 1. He dropped pretty bad because people were thinking, well, I voted, so, you know,
right.
I did my thing, but for next month, we want to climb up those charts. So we're at 17 right now. We would love to break the top 10.
Yeah.
So head over to...
Just exciting that we're there.
Oh, I mean, I'm totally excited that we're there.
Thank you, guys.
A couple of friends... so we did a podcast with Thank God Cancer Saved Our Divorce.
Right, we were guests on their show.
They made the top 50 as well, so we're excited for them. Shout out to Denny if you're listening. So yeah, it was really exciting. I was really just proud of the work that we've done so far, just to get to here.
Right.
It's just the beginning for us, but at the same time, we're getting a lot of great feedback. We're putting out a weekly show, and it's
been
not
a lot
easy.
of fun for us. It's definitely been enlightening for our marriage.
I know it has been. We've been fiery at times.
Yes, but it's been really good.
No, yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
It's super fun. That's the best part.
It's not easy, but it's been really fun. I mean, there's things that you do that you just are like, oh, this is
this task.
Is it worth it? And da 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 da. And you kind of question yourself, which is just normal,
right?
And so we've done that, but overall, it's been really fun and again, really impactful to our marriage. So. Thank you guys for the Hot 50. Continue to vote for us. We need your vote.
Yeah. So you made it, babe. You made it past Valentine's Day.
I did. I made it past.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about your least favorite holiday? How you did? Because I had a blast.
Yeah, so you went. Well, you tell first, and then you go first, and
we have different versions of Valentine's Day. Which I mean, we have different versions of everything. I have a different version of everything from everybody because I live in Disneyland. So
you live in fantasy world. I told you.
That's fine. I'll take it. You didn't mean it as a compliment when you said it at the time, but no. I'm turning it into a compliment. So that's okay.
Go ahead.
It was great. We have been doing, like we said, we've been doing these hearts on the wall, one for every day for the girls. We were going to do it leading up to Valentine's Day. So I had a blast doing that. They loved it in their little area where they play, and they have a little table where they eat. So that was super fun. I had gifts laid out for them Valentine's morning. And you got up super early and got us our heart donuts, which was really, really cute. They were very excited for them. Although I don't know why, because they only like to eat the candy off the top and leave the rest of the donut. Like, I don't understand. Why wouldn't they want the cake too? But that's okay. More donut for mom. So we had that in the morning. Then we had to run an errand. In the afternoon, I took them to get heart-shaped pizza for lunch. So they were super thrilled. I had heart-shaped cookies for them that I left out, you know, after they woke up from nap. Then your mom came over to babysit. So she brought them little things, and they just like had so much fun all day with Valentine's Day and love. And I was dying to give you your little Valentine cookies that I ordered for you with the naughty messages. So I was so excited for that little treat for you.
Yeah, so if you didn't see those cookies, go back to the Instagram or Facebook, whichever one I posted on there. They're little, like those.
They look like those old school heart candies that you would get that have writing on it, "Be Mine" or "Let's Kiss." And so
my favorite one was DTF.
DTF, yeah.
DTF just threw me over the cliff.
I think that one was my favorite too. When I saw that, I was like, order.
Yeah, DTF was the bomb. I like that. I mean, I liked them all, but DTF was. That's what stole the show right there.
Right. And what else? And then your mom came over and watched the girls so we could have dinner, just you and I.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was really fun. And I got your gift, like I said, months ago. So I was set. I just needed some little fillers, a little something to present to you on the day.
Of course.
So your Valentine's Day went a little different.
Yeah, my Valentine's Day was a little different. So
or your Valentine's experience, I should say.
Well, number one, just overall, I want to give, the impression that I really did enjoy Valentine's Day this year. Again, it was mostly because of the kid stuff. Like, we have the kid stuff up on the wall still, and my mom came over and just went crazy with candy and and your little
heart things,
little puzzles, and it was really cool because she watched the kids for us for just a couple hours while we went to dinner. So the day before, or a couple of days before, I mean, when we first recorded, I hadn't got your gift yet for last week's.
Yes.
So that during that week, I went to the mall to get your gift. I wanted to get you some perfume, right? Because I felt like, I don't know, I've never bought you perfume that I can remember. Have I ever bought you perfume?
You have not bought me perfume.
So I wanted to get you some perfume, and so I was going to do some shopping, do my thing. I have no idea what I'm, looking for. I don't know anything about perfumes and the lingo, the etiquette,
right?
Anything like that.
You do know a scent that you did like, and you did know a scent that I like.
Yes, I knew a scent that you did like, and I did know a scent that I liked. So I went over there. I was in Nordstrom. I kind of wanted to see what they had. They gave me a couple of things, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I tried like some YSL, and I tried some Flower Bomb, and I was like, okay, Flower Bomb. I know Flower Bomb because, well, it sounds familiar because I knew Spice Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, like that sounds familiar.
Tap into the homie, Everyday Gentleman.
Yeah, Everyday Gentleman was kind of like he introduced me to Spice Bomb, and I was like, okay, that's kind of. I kind of know where I'm at, right? And so after trying, I would say maybe about 4 different ones, I left Nordstrom because I didn't find one that I really liked. Okay. So then I went over to Macy's.
Okay.
Yeah, Macy's had the one that I really liked.
Okay.
And so they also had another one that I liked as well.
Okay.
So here I tried a couple more. So we're up to like 5 or 6 different scents.
Yeah, at this point you have a headache.
So now I'm like, okay, my nose is kind of getting a little confused, but I know this scent. The reason why I know this scent, I'm like, should I buy this for her? Like, is this the one? Like, what do I do? And I'm like, freaking A, man. Like, I'm so torn. Because the name of that scent is the name of your ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
And that scent also is the same scent that my ex-fiance wore.
Right. Because it was a very popular scent. And it smells freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes.
So I'm like, damn it, I love this scent, but this is weird. Like, do I get it for her?
On multiple levels, this is confusing for us.
Am I saying, like, do I need to walk around with her ex's name all over the house? Am I being stupid? Like, is this petty? It was my ex's scent, but she doesn't own the scent. It's not her scent. She's not the only one that wears it. You know, I'm like, I'm so torn. I'm so confused at this point.
Right. Explaining your life story to the girl at the counter.
No. No. Yeah. And then of course they're pushing their product. They're like, this is great. You know, this one's amazing. It's got the stones and the flowers and this is spicy, you know. I'm like, whatever, woman. I just don't like it. I'm trying to be respectful too of the ones, you know, like.
So can I ask, this scent that we are talking about, you know, the do I go down this road scent, did you like that more than the other one that you were like, oh, I really like this too?
I kind of did, yeah. I kind of did. That was my number one. Out of everything that I smelled that day, that was my number one. It's the number one
scent because it just smells so good and it's like so clean and classic.
Yeah, and then they were kind of honest with me. They were like, well, this one's a little bit cheaper because it doesn't last as long, you know. It's like, you know, it was a difference of like $10 of you know, difference from the one that I wanted to the one that I liked. So anyway, I'm just torn. I don't know what to do. And then this lady's like looking at me like, are you going to purchase this thing? You know? So anyway, all the while I'm hitting up Robert over at Everyday Gentleman. I'm like, hey, can we get will they let me have like some samples? Because now I don't know the ones that I did try. Maybe she liked them. Maybe I don't like them, but maybe she liked them. So I was like, can I have some samples? And they're like, yeah, they'll give you samples if they have them, you know? So he's, you know, kind of coaching me through it because he's into fragrances. Him and his wife are into fragrances, right?
Oh, yeah, that's his jam.
So I'm trying to get some coaching here, trying to get some mentorship over from Everyday Gentleman. And then and then the way home, I leave. Okay, so I leave.
So you left Macy's, but then you went
I didn't buy anything.
I was going to say, and then you are now empty-handed, so you embarked on your next adventure, which was, hey, I know she said she wanted something, so let me go over there.
Right, so I know you wanted something from Victoria's Secret, right? So I go over to Victoria's Secret, and I'm like, am I going fun or am I going functional here? Like, what is the
right? Because when you and I walked into that store, when you walk into that store, there are very different outcomes.
Exactly. So I'm like, do I go fun? Do I go functional? I'm already confused from the fragrances. I got a headache. You know, so this is just it's a disastrous trip to the mall. I ended up just getting a freaking gift card.
2 hours later,
he
just walks out of the mall with a gift card.
I say, look. This is how I'm going to approach this, guys. This is how I'm going to spin this. I'm going to make this good. Babe, I want to give you some time on your own. I want to give you some time to yourself. I'll watch the kids. You go shop, you know.
Buy whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Here's your gift card. If you need to spend a little extra, go ahead and get what you want, babe.
Just like
in
that.
Peace.
You sound like Lego Batman.
Yeah, I am Batman. So I walked away 2 hours to get a gift card from Victoria's Secret. Okay. So I left and then I'm like, I feel so disappointed in myself, you know? Wait, hold on. So I'm texting. So I leave, right? And then I get in the car and I'm like, crap. I text Robert. I go, hey, Robert. I go, dude, I smell like I just left a strip club, bro. What do I do? Because now I'm going to come home smelling like perfume that I've sprayed on, like to try it in the little sticks or whatever.
Right.
But inevitably, you get that stuff on you.
Yes.
So I'm like, I smell like a strip club right now. What am I going to do?
Yeah, coming home the day before Valentine's Day.
So I didn't want to walk in the house. You're going to be like, I wonder what he was shopping for.
Right.
You know?
Gee, what am I getting tomorrow?
So Robert and I are laughing via text, and then we're okay. I didn't have any glitter on me, so if I had glitter, I think you would have had an issue.
Yes, there would have been some problems.
So, but I didn't have any glitter on me. I was good. So I walk in the door, and I'm like, trying to stay away from you. I'm like, oh, hey, honey, home now.
Yeah.
The kids are all on me, you know. I kind of walk around you. I give you like this really quick peck, and I'm like, oh crap, that was it. It's over. It's over. I'm busted.
He just came clean right away. He couldn't even try. He couldn't even try. He had no poker face. He was just like, I was trying to go shopping for perfume. Surrendering it all.
And then you smelled it on me after.
I did. You know? Well, because I have a very sensitive nose. You know, I'm so sensitive to perfumes and scents in general. So it was funny. But you know what? We're going to go to the mall.
No. You're going to the mall.
But I want to, well, you have to tell me the name of the other scent that you liked, because I'm kind of to the point where I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. Like I
don't want to say the scent here because people may like it. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. You have to tell me, because we shouldn't let our past like run our future. I haven't owned a nice bottle of perfume in years. I'll buy a couple scented lotions that I like, but I don't have a nice perfume, and I love that. I compare everything to that, and nothing else really like matches to what I like about that one.
Right.
So you know, we're grown-ups now. We've been married 9 years. It's a perfume.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm just hoping that like I don't spray it and start wearing it, and then all of a sudden olfactory memory kicks in, and I'm just like, get this off of me and get it out of my sight.
Well, that's what we kind of talked about. Right. I mean, you really had some bad times during that time, you know? So does it remind you of that time, or is it really just a perfume?
You know, it's been so long. I think we're just going to have to try it on and see what happens. But that's okay, because we still enjoyed you made it through Valentine's Day. We still had a blast. I am going to totally love going shopping by myself in peace with you home with the girls. So I have
that part you can do by yourself, but then you want to, I want to get you some perfume.
I want us to go together and smell some things and laugh and be ridiculous at the counter. So that's going to be fun. I feel so bad for whoever's working that day.
We're going to be like a Christmas vacation. It's a lot hotter than they are.
Oh, did I say nipple?
Nippy? Nipple? Did I say nipple?
I got a log. Not in the sense that you think I said,
yes. But. I mean, I got a log. Not a log, but.
Oh man! Either way, we were totally cheesy with each other. We pulled up that old Valentine's Day movie. That was fun to rewatch again.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. There's that's a pretty ensemble cast there.
Yeah, that was good. And at the end of the night, you still heard the words that everyone longs to hear on Valentine's Day.
And what's that, my love?
Let's get naked.
Yes.
So it was fun. We survived. We made it.
So we also had some. Not only craziness for Valentine's Day.
Craziness for life in general. Tell them what you did, honey, or what you did.
I almost bought a house, guys. I almost just bought a house. Just like that. So, look, I know our realtor's listening, so let me tell her what actually happened, because she's probably like, what the heck's going on here?
Well, she knows you by now.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is any surprise to her.
So I'm always
I saw her
watching.
Shortly after you texted me, like, oh my God, I thought you were going to run home to pack. I really did. I hadn't seen him so excited about something in a really long time, or piece of property, I should say.
Right. So I'm generally watching the area because we like our area. We kind of, we know we live in a 2-bedroom, one bath right now. So we know eventually we're going to need to upgrade. We need some space for a studio. You potentially want to homeschool, so we need some school space, like maybe another room or like a den area, something that you can have, just concentrating on that space or that space. So I said space. Mm-hmm. Peace and space equals space.
Is your mind still in the gentleman's club you were at? Checking out scents for me?
Whoa. Those accusations are false.
Just hearsay. Just hearsay.
You have no proof.
I might.
Put it in the Mueller report.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm always watching the area, knowing that eventually we're going to probably need to move. If not, we're going to have to add on here. So we're going to have to invest here.
Right. And that's always something that we go back and forth on.
Right.
Stick and stay, renovate, up and go.
Right.
We talk about that every other week.
So I found a house that checked all the boxes. Okay. It checked the space, the number of rooms, the number of bathrooms. We had an extra space for the studio. We had an extra space for an education room, let's say, garage. She wants a pool. There's a pool there. It was
in the area that we want to stay in.
And also the aesthetic of the house. It was really nice.
Right.
So we didn't like the price, but
and the interior was very old.
Yes. So we wanted to go see it. So I said, hey, I shot over a message to her. I said, hey, let's go look at this house. She got flipped out, excited, because she agreed with me about this one. I generally don't really send you houses.
No, you'll show me I found this. Oh, I found that. This one, he sent it to me and he's like, we need to go see this.
Yeah.
And then he was sending me a couple other messages. So then I happened to be wrapping up shopping and going to school. And our realtor, her daughter goes to school with our daughter. So I was like, oh my God, we're in trouble. I said, looking off of these messages, I said, I'm going to have to go home and put a paper on the door right now that's saying my house is for sale.
Yeah.
Because I think Artie's on his way home to pack.
Right.
So she was laughing, and then of course she looks it up and she's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah, it was a nice house. Needless to say, we didn't get it because there was I guess some transactions pending. So by the time we were able to make an appointment to go see it, an offer was accepted and we did not get a chance to go inside. So
which saved our life.
Which it didn't save our life. Because we went as far as contacting
we talked to our lender. He was excited about the house.
Yeah, he was like, if you don't buy it, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
So
we got an approval letter from him. It was legitimately, if we liked it, we were going to submit an offer on it.
Yeah. So the thing that we learned, though, coming out of this was, look, afterwards, when we start looking at the numbers, you get excited because you end up saying, look, we can have this, 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 and this. Well, this was more of a want. It wasn't a need. Our kids are 3 and 5. There's no need for a 4-bedroom house. What the need is for the future. We were setting ourselves up for the future. It was
Correct.
A want, right?
Correct.
So when you start looking at our payment and you start looking at all the different factors you're going to have to put in as far as upgrades to furniture, because now your furniture doesn't fit in the same space, upgrades to your utilities because you have more space, more expenses, upgrades to the
maintenance overall, because there's a pool now.
The space itself, because it was a little dated, so we'd
Correct.
have to put more money into
eventually,
right? So depending on the condition, we really wouldn't have had space to put more money into it because of the cost of moving. Don't forget, there's a cost of moving. So all of these factors, kind of makes you realize that, yes, it didn't work out this time, but to maybe think about, are you set up for one, if that opportunity were to come around? So, for instance, our house, knowing that we potentially could sell the house, our house is not ready to be sold. There is still stuff that we wanted to do to this house as an upgrade to get done. So now it's like, okay, we got to get this stuff done, because if there's another time or there's another opportunity, a property comes up where it checks all the boxes, we're going to be caught with our pants down, right? So it's an opportunity for us to say, look, let's go figure out what we want to put into this house and get it ready just in case, for one.
Right.
Number two, if that doesn't happen, you're fine. You're here. There's still a roof over your head.
Yep.
You're able to still afford the payments that you already have adjusted to. But the thing that really concerned me is, what if something breaks? What if something goes down? Like, if we spread ourselves too thin just in the mortgage itself,
right,
and our car goes down, are you prepared for that? So we get caught up, we get excited about the thought of being in a new house because it's bigger, better, whatever, fill in the blank. But it's very easy to lose sight of, what if the car goes down?
All the what ifs. Are you prepared to withstand that blow should it come your way? Because that's what happens, right? Every time you make a big decision or you make a big change, you buy a new house, Murphy moves right in with you, and there Murphy's you go.
Law. Murphy's Law. My truck went down as far as the tires. The Expedition went down all in the same week. Right before we were going to Vegas. Mm-hmm. That's why we're like, hey, we can't go to Vegas. We got to put money into these our cars. Vehicles.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense to go out there and have fun and just blow a bunch of money for Super Bowl. And I come back and my truck's on the floor because it doesn't have any tires. It just makes sense. Yeah. So a lot of that is budgeting, for one. Mm-hmm. Living within your means, right?
Is the bigger.
Is really the key, because living, if you spread yourself too thin, it's super dangerous. Super, super dangerous, because things come up. Medical bills, maybe you have, you get hurt, maybe all of that stuff is always a concern. It's always a risk that potentially can happen. So, our advice is, whenever you get excited about it, be excited about it. If you can do it, great. But don't forget those little things. Don't forget to put those extra expenses into play, other than what's my payment for the house.
Right, because it's going to be so much more than that. And then, the other things we were considering as well is not just, can we afford the payment, because we knew we could, but it was, well, what are we going to let go of to do that? And there were quite a few things on that list that were not going to be happening.
Right. So one of your things is you want a 1969, 1968 Pontiac GTO. Convertible. You want it purple, like a dark midnight purple.
Yes.
And you want that to be worked on by your dad and your brothers, because they're all in the industry.
Yes.
So
I want their handprints on it.
You want their handprints somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if
that would never happen,
it would never happen, because
we bought a bigger house.
Yeah, because now you've put on so much weight that the plan that we had for buying that car is out the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's out the door. And so you've traded that car for a roof over your head when you already have a roof over your head.
Exactly. But I mean, it's not just that. We understand the benefit of all those things, because we're in the position now that, thankfully everyone is okay and healthy. But my concern is always like, well, what if something happens with one of our parents, and we need to be able to care for them or help them for a little while. Right now, we don't have the space or capability to really do that. We could, but we would all be smashed.
Better get on that inflatable mattress, Mom.
Smashed into a tiny space. So, of course, I was willing to put my own selfish desires aside to say this is for the benefit of everyone in my family, not just me. Because the GTO is just for me. Nobody else gets to use that. You get to use it when you're with me. You have your own sports car. This is my car.
Oh, really? Oh, somebody's wearing their ovaries on the outside today, huh? Jeez.
Just saying, you got your
You're putting
own.
You're putting your foot down. Own. You're putting your foot down on a car that you don't even have.
Yet. I am speaking it into existence. It is coming my way. When the time is right, it will appear. That's why we haven't found one yet, because it's not the right time.
I want a boat. Okay, so that was my thing. I want a boat that I can take out.
And that dream will drift off to sea with a new big house too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because with a new boat comes a new what, my love?
Comes a new truck.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, comes a new truck.
New American muscle truck. Yes. But that would have been out the door too.
Lots of little things that come up in discussion when big life changes like that could happen.
Yeah.
So
just, you got to put that into play, because yes, you can always say, well, we'll get it down the line. You can still get it. Yeah, you probably can, but you just delayed that task or that goal by, I would say, multiple years, because it takes adjustment.
Right.
When you upgrade to a new house, especially in California, it's so expensive over here.
Yeah, it takes a good year to get to get things under control.
Right. So we would have to make some adjustments with our kids.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get to do the extra activities that we possibly had lined up for them. Their swim, their jiu-jitsu, their piano lessons, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Out the door because we got to make that mortgage payment.
Exactly.
So can you afford it? Yeah, technically you can afford it, but I mean, you're sacrificing a whole bunch just to get it.
Right. And there's a time and a place for all of that. As long as you guys have the discussion together and as long as you're able to sit down and rationally go over the pros and cons and decide, because I feel like we took a massive risk when we bought this place. I was so concerned about how the mortgage was going to jump and things like that. But I also, and it was kind of like one of those, oh, well, it's going to be now or never, going to be now or never. So there are those times where you do need to take that risk on, maybe when you have less liability or you feel like things are under control. But that's part of the reason why we always talk about budgeting, planning, discussing, communicating together, so that when those paths meet, right? What does it say?
Opportunity and preparation equals luck. Yes. So when those two paths meet, that equals luck.
Exactly. But I firmly believe that we didn't get in that door for a reason. Yeah. But it presented the opportunity for us to discuss and really see what a house in that price point would do for us. Yeah. And where we're at with it.
Yeah.
So it was a good
experience. Great information over 3 days.
So I was going to say, man,
it was quick.
That was quite the Valentine's Day dinner discussion. I don't think I slept for 2 days.
All right. We're going to wrap this up, hon. I know you have some stuff to get to with the kids.
Yep.
And, I have some stuff around this house to do. Yeah. So we are going to wrap it up for this week. Thank you. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks for making us a part of your day.